back for Charlie. Forward, draw the sword. Forward, up and running.
Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War 2 with this Scottish campaign. Now today we are finally going to fight the Verenberry people and kick them out of the war. Before I go ahead and do that, no, I just need to remind myself that I'm not missing anything. That's the final battle there, but that's one turn away. Now we can forget about that. In terms of America, I figured that this force does actually reach. It might be good just to start the siege here, and then the cavalry will come up to support. This army is at full strength, so it goes out and wrecks the remnants of this force. And then later on it will head down south. Now someone mentioned that I should up the variety in the Americas. The thing is, there isn't much variety to be had, more so than perhaps the natives. The newest sort of unit that I will be getting is the Colonial Grenadiers, which for some reason we're able to recruit here. And nowhere else for some reason. Can I if I would change this, could I get Colonial Dragoons here? No. Even with the highest, even with... Oh yeah, we could actually get Colonial Grenadiers at the Military Academy. If I had that. Odd. It comes up just at the 1 point. Anyways... Also, because we've actually done quite a few turns now, there's only 24 turns left until we abolish slavery. Next turn we'll actually have, I think that's thrashing machines? No, it's not at all. It's steam engines. We will start the, what's it called? The Industrial Revolution will start in Scotland due to steam-powered engines. And then, oh yes, now I remember also, we need to have this force combine again, and then head back to attacking the French countryside in the south, which they've left open. The war awareness have increased again for the French. We're gonna make sure though that it continues to increase. I could actually probably send cavalry unit just to get that Dijon mustard and then head back. That should reduce that quite a bit, but all that is side points. Before we go ahead and fight here, I want to try. It never really works, and it's 12% chance, and yeah, he got executed. I wanted to try and get rid of these guys. Anyways, right, let's go ahead and see. So this is the membership army. The membership army will march on the attack. They will bring in the army from the town, and we're looking at a reinforcement army of 7,000 men, and the main army is 5,000, while I have 7,000 men. So we're looking at 14,000 while they have closer to 12. With that said, let's fight this battle, shall we? I also just now noticed that of all the armies that have upgraded the artillery, the membership armies isn't one of them. They still have the 18-pounders. Not good. Then I might want to have the heavy guns of the reinforcement army coming in. But I would have to lose 20 units, so that's very unlikely, is it? Right, anyways. Let's fight this battle. We are now half an hour almost into the battle, and the enemy has yet to start fighting back. Although I should say here, most of the battle so far has been me marching up to get into this position. So we marched all the way from that corner over to this because the enemy has decided to camp in the corner. Now, my plan really, to reduce as much casualties as possible so we can push on to the town afterwards, is to delete or defeat the enemy army as quickly as possible so that they still have, or basically defeat them before the reinforcement turns up, so that we don't have to fight the reinforcements, and then the reinforcements is just gonna get deleted in sort of the post-battle shenanigans. I've been firing a lot of cannon up here. The problem is my cannons are kind of down in the valley there because of the range, so they do not really reach that well. Problem also with focusing on the cavalry is that the cavalry units will quickly be able to retreat off the field. Right, so we've got the Irish Brigade now, unfortunately, marching straight into the mercenary cavalry. The thing about the enemy's cavalry, though, is they have been reluctant to do direct charges. They have been sitting off to the side and firing instead, which actually works quite well for me, because I'm going to take less casualties. But as you can see, a lot of these units are already retreating. We see 5 units retreating. When they have 20 units retreating, that's when they're going to start to get reinforcement. What I think I'm going to have to do here, which is going to be dangerous, but we're going to have to march 2 brigades of infantry before the cannons are silenced, come up with the cavalry, and then just get at this as soon as possible. Right. At the same time also, I kind of want to delete as many of these units as possible just completely, so we don't have to fight them again once we get to town. But I don't think that will be very likely, and also it will work negatively to the main plan, which is to defeat the army without having to fight most of it, or you know what I mean. Now I got confused when I was gonna go what my point was. Anyways, the entire army is moving forward. We're slowly defeating them as we march up here. Unfortunately for me, it's going very slowly. It's going to be a pain in the ass doing the post-battle screens, as I'm going to have to wait for like 30 minutes until I get more or less something that I have to shoot. Which is annoying that the enemy is... I mean, the enemy digging in like this works negatively in 2 ways against them. Because first and foremost, the cannons are going to be useless because they're not going to be able to fire at anything. And then, secondly, wait, what was my points? They're stupid. That's my point. We've silenced 1 battery, but as you can hear, these 2 batteries are currently firing. So we might get hit down here. But also, of course, the AI has positioned their artillery in such a way that most of their shots are going straight into the ground as well, so it's not going to be that bad. Perhaps, actually, I should allow these to continue forwards at a greater pace, because most of the enemy army is bloody well hiding in the woods. Here comes the cavalry anyways, but cavalry on its own will not be enough to charge through the woods and break up all of this, especially since there's... I mean, charging pike unit in the woods, probably the worst kind of attack you could do. Now I'm lucky here that the cavalry isn't mostly charging straight into me. They're deciding to sit back and shoot at me. But still, as we can see, it has taken its toll on some of the units here in the first lines of these brigades. And some stray shots going into the back as well. Right, seems like the 2 infantry brigades are fine in marching up like this. Somehow I need to get these 2 brigades up onto the hill, into this infantry, and then smash them all together as the cavalry comes sweeping in from the side here. Looks like their army is on the way of the kind of attack, which I will kind of reorganize these 2 brigades right now. Cavalry will have to come around this impossible terrain bit. Actually, we'll take these 2 heavy cavalry units, have them on this side, and then the other 2 units will be here, and then the rest will be strung out like that. Okay, so they got more cavalry attacking. I'm gonna lay low here a little bit. No, not at all actually. We need to advance at a good pace so we can break their army all at once. I kind of want to tell the units to run, but I know there's going to be a lot of bayonet attacks, so I don't want to do that. Or there's going to have to be a lot of bayonet attacks, I should say. This bit is the one that's going to kind of stay the longest, as it were. Right, advance. I'm not forgetting any brigade? No. Okay, so the heavy cavalry here got stuck. But I figure they should beat these guys. I'll tell these cavalry units should actually speed up here, because it looks like we're going into the fight any second now. Okay, I will detach 2 units to attack here. And then I figure we'll attack here, and then all of this will follow in after. And then you will advance into that. And time for you guys to hold. And now you need to advance into that. You guys need to attack here, and you need to speed this up right into this mess. Right, follow in after. Taking too long to break this one, but as soon as they do, they can charge right into this one. Right, the cannons are gone. These 2 units should start to wheel into all of this. None of my units are breaking, which is good. And as far as I can see, no reinforcements as of yet, and we can see some of the enemy units are breaking. I really need this bloody militia to leave, and I need this unit to leave. Right, we've got massive break on this side as the brigades advance through there. Right, those you manage there. These 3 go here. You are done there. So far I can see no enemy units coming in as reinforcements. We're kind of stuck on this pike, or these pike units right here. We need a charge coming in with the cavalry through the rear there. Some of my units have suffered quite heavy casualties. Right, The cavalry unit is not gonna rally. Now my cavalry is sweeping in here. Going to hit a load of these units in the back. And we're gonna see about breaking up all of this. I need to see all these banners breaking apart. I'm gonna form 2 units into square there to get rid of the enemy general. Ah, no! God damn it. We got the reinforcements. And I've left my cannons unguarded here. Now I need to reorganize this to face a completely new threat of another 7,000 troops. Right, I'll just have to quickly get them into some kind of formation to start off with. And then I can organize them better into the normal brigade formations. Cavalry into position. These guys are super tired. Cohesion is crap. But this unit is on its own. It's also tired, and they were not bracing for that attack. While the artillery here is very exposed, the enemies don't seem interested at all at attacking it. I feel like I was pretty close on completing it though. It just, the cavalry was a little bit off. Had they come in a little bit sooner, then I would have been victorious. And I wouldn't have to fight all of this. A bit silly here, but I completely forgot about my cannons as I was reorganizing the line. And the cannons, of course, were attacked. The general almost died, as we can see here. He's the only survivor out of the general's unit. Anyways, the defense of the line is going well as the enemy is just trickling in here. The problem now is we will not have time enough, I figure, to actually win the battle at this point. So I think even if I start marching, trying to get rid of it that way, I don't think we'll have time enough because it's only about the 16 minutes left, and then the battle's over. And there's gonna be, what, 40 units marching in here. So no, we don't have time to win the battle, unfortunately. And we're gonna be forced to beat the retreat. We've actually forced back quite a lot of enemies here. This unit is doing some heavy lifting right now. What I'm going to do is I'm ordering these 3 units to step aside, and then we're gonna have the cavalry rush forward here and see about getting rid of... Oh, sorry. Getting rid of a lot of these units, and I mean, there's no way we'll be able to win still, but there won't be a lot of enemies left. Oh yeah, now I remember. I was sitting here thinking, you know what, I'm defending here, so these are my obstacles. Obviously they're not. That's the enemy's obstacles. So, as much as I would go ahead and try and just run these guys down, we're gonna have to follow them up with infantry instead. And I guess the cavalry will have to go around. I'll take these 2 units though to charge down the Landwehr. We have at this point 7 minutes left, and there's just way too many units still on the field. We'll try it though. These 2 should go for the artillery, and then these guys have broken that one. Let's hurry there, and then infantry. All the brigades broken up. I have no idea where anyone is right now. I have not had time to try and reorganize that. Let's see about blunt their advance as my infantry follows up afterwards. I'm sure of one thing. I might not win the battle, but there's a hell of a lot of dead enemies on this battlefield. Nowhere near what I've lost. Although I might have lost my general and my cannons, which is not great. They should have been replaced though a while ago. Let's see if you two can run into this and kill all of these guys. Oh, they formed square. At least I stopped their advance. Let's see, cavalry should go here and try and avoid going into the line infantry as much as possible. There's 6 minutes left. We got that cannon out there, but still, there's no way I'll have time to get all of these. Also, some of these units definitely need to rest. But in the end, I figure we'll be better off than we were before the battle. Although I would have wished for a much stronger outcome after this battle. Had I been thoughtful enough to set it up so that oh, the cavalry needs to go. Get out of there. Not all of these units are at fire at will, but a lot of them are. Alright, so I'm pulling down flank fire into this. Big break there. I'll push in extra infantry for that. And then you can come up to the crest. And then these 3 units right behind. Oh, there's a lot of infantry running there. Actually, no more reinforcements are turning up. If I am to win, I need to win right now. Cavalry, can you come back? If I ever saw 30,000 men, 14,000, well, with 10,000 men on a run. I have 3 minutes left. 1 unit has to continue after these. There's 1 unit here, 1 dragoon unit holding on. I need some guys to go after this. I need to detach 1 guy going after this. 3 minutes. That dragoon is holding back the monster wave of infantry and troops. At this point, it's just everything forward here. Two minutes, 40 seconds. Oh, we did it. No, there's a unit. Everyone after that one. Is he gonna ruin it for me? There is 2 minutes left. And here comes the Royal Guard charging in 106 Landwehr units. Broken. With 2 minutes to spare, I have won the battle. Yes. And here's the result of the battle. We deployed 14,000 men, close to 15,000 men actually. The enemy deployed 13,000 actually. So 15 versus 13. I lost 2,600 men, while the enemy lost 10,000 men. We have 12,000 men remaining after the battle, with the enemy only having about 3,000. Now, as we can see here, 2 artillery pieces were lost, and the general barely escaped with his life. But lucky enough, if I'd been quicker to remove the artillery, perhaps I would have, you know, beaten the battle with 5 minutes to spare instead of 2. Scottish Line Infantry is the one that killed the most. Royal Highlanders up here 418. I wasn't able really to keep a track on who killed what here, but yeah, we can kind of see the top ones here, and we'll have to kind of go through a little bit and take a look at who killed what. Now, a lot of the enemies retreated away, but there's still one large force here. I would just want to take a look here. So we've got the Irish Freedom Fighters, ended up with 106, and then James Graham's own 143, and then let's see, who else do we have here? Named units. We should have Culloden's own 137. I'm saying the numbers here so you can actually check, go back and check in the statistics who killed what. And then we should have Gordon, right? Gordon Highlanders 189. I don't think I saw Gordon Highlanders up top anywhere. Wallace Warband 154, Jared 119. Am I missing the McDonald's 137? Am I missing anyone? I don't think I am. I think I've got everyone now. How much is it gonna cost me to replenish this army? 17,000. Alright, I'm gonna bring up the reinforcement force that never came in. I'm gonna bring it up, lay siege to the enemy town. They still have 11,000 men ready to come down upon us. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring in the Middle Eastern army, which easily destroys this force. And the Middle Eastern army is gonna have to give up some of its guns. It's got one 24 pounder and one 18 pounder. It's gonna have to go over to this army now. And yes, did it become a little bit easier to capture this? No. What? Let me just check. How many reinforcement units do they get? They get 1, 2, 3, 4. So they actually get French army joining in. So if I can get that French army to move away, or actually, if the Middle Eastern army could have laid siege to that area, we could have forced that army away. Or if I take this army and start to threaten them from this side, which I probably could, or could move sort of that way. We can hide in the woods here, perhaps. Or so I thought anyways. We should move more units that way. Right. I don't think I have it in me to do another like 12,000 men battle here. What I did think about was a naval battle, perhaps. Ah, yes! No! Oof! Lucky I remember this. At the end of last episode I noticed this force right here. So it's a Spanish army that's being carried over on a single ship for some reason. Now I'm not entirely sure what kind of ship that is. Oh yeah! This Algiers revolted against me. My Africans we're not able to hold them back, so we're gonna build an African army and we're gonna strike them down. What I'm thinking here is we'll detach our own general or our own admiral with the same face, the crafty Rosalka, and then another 2 84 gun ships. And then we'll strike this down and stop these guys from invading Italy. Oh, it was just a 47 gun ship? Then I should have sent my own, just the Admiral and Crafty Rosalka. Anyways, let's go ahead and have ourselves a naval battle. It's been quite a while since we had that. Well, surprise, surprise! The crafty Rosalka was actually part of the fight all the way to the end. Now, unfortunately, she lost all her sails. Her sails are very weak. The enemy shot away one sail, and then I'm pretty sure I managed to shoot away the rest of them through friendly fire from the Admiral ship. I know at least the last bit of sails was definitely friendly fire, with a stray cannonball coming away from the Admiral's ship and taking out the front mast there. But they were part of the fight to the very end. We managed to capture the ship. The crafty Rosalka hanged on all the way through, and you can't see it here. I'm probably sure I can go ahead and show it afterwards, how many they actually killed, because I think they might have killed more of the enemy crew than any of the other ships. But anyways, we sank the invasion fleet, and my holdings in the south of France and northern Italy is safe. For now, anyways. There goes the Spanish Navy. We'll go to port here to repair. I'm surprised that I was sure when I got close with the crafty Rosalka coming up right next to the enemy ship that they were gonna just unload and sink her. But somehow she managed to survive. Oh yeah, I forgot about you.
Without delay.
We need to pick up you before revolutionary France cuts your head off. Actually, I should go to... I should have left them in port and can walk directly to Cambridge. Right, our positions look well. We did actually manage to win this battle, but they still have 11,000 men left, roughly. I wonder here if I could impose really strict terms on Württemberg. However, there's still a war with the Prussians, so the war would continue, but I would definitely be able to kick them out of the war here. My hope would be actually to make them a vassal, but the thing is, since Prussia is still at war with them, I don't think that ultimately would do much for me. I would like to avoid fighting the other 11,000 men and instead go on to focus on the frontier fort here with the French. And go on to the next country and so on. But yeah, since we're perhaps on the verge of another huge battle here, I'm going to end the video right here. But yeah, we're slowly but surely continuing forward. I feel like it's going to open up pretty big once we actually push through, and we soon actually going to have a push towards Paris perhaps. And now when the Netherlands also gone ahead and declared war on the Spanish, I believe. So we're gonna see an increase of activity here, as they are, yeah, they're gonna try and take revenge for the Spanish having conquered them a while ago. And then being under, temporarily being under the Ukrainian Cossacks as well. Odd tidings. Anyways, enough talking. Time to end this episode. So, I will say, like I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.